My name's Sandy McLeod. I Ripley Wind Complex, Acciona Suncor, and the Enercon 82 wind turbines. We have 38 in our area, and Dr. Hazel Lynn has mentioned that the use of epidemiological information is important to her. She mentioned that she looks for causality, you look for the whole population, you look for rigorous science, and you say that one person isn't enough. Then don't spend another dime until you get a comprehensive third-party epidemiological study. Scream it from the rooftops. Stop spending any more money. Get the science, get the study done, and know what to do to fix the problem. Stop all the rest of the turbine complexes until the study is done.
We've repeatedly heard the request.
I have a couple extra for Mr. Chappell. Rick Chappell mentioned about the proactive and reactive responses. Just a little quick clarification, Rick, so the audience is clear that these proactive and reactive situations started up 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Okay, it wasn't like something that's been going on for a long, long time. Especially the 24-hour one just started up last week.
Right, can I have an opportunity
to
address
you go
that?
ahead.
Okay.
Good.
The 24-hour, we've always had environmental officers that are on call 24/7. As you know, specific to the Ripley Wind Farm, we did ask for a sound study to be completed by the proponent related
Which
to the
was
Ripley
due the
Wind Farm.
14th of August.
Yes, and we received that study, and we provide comments back to the proponent on that
You've
study.
received the draft or the study?
No, we've received the draft and provide comments back to the proponent. It's my understanding that they will be sharing that when it's finalized.
So what difference is it going to make if you can't have, there's no reference to 40 dBA in any of the regulations anyway?
Right, we've taken a number of steps. The first step we took was to ask for the sound study. We've also asked them to remodel based upon their certificate of approval was approved on the 2004 noise guidelines. What we've done is we've asked them to remodel based upon the 2008 guidelines. And again, we've all continued with our reactive inspections.
So out of the 50 some odd calls I placed in, how come it took the 24-hour result, like the 24-hour officer to come out like last week?
As I said, we were awaiting the results of the noise study.
That was done it was done in March of this year. That study was done in March of this year.
We requested it to be sent to us on August the 14th, and that's when we received the sound study from the proponent. The draft sound study, yes, that's correct.
Okay. A couple other things. You start out to be best of buddies. You start out at the dining room table. You're promised just about everything except the kitchen sink. And then when problems start, you'll be lucky if you ever get a hold of it. Okay, so just communication is sometimes an issue. As far as the information, Wind Concerns Ontario has been very helpful to me. And another thing that I don't see up there regarding anything in government is there is no independent judicial body of any kind with any expertise, any professional board that runs any industry with any kind of fining or protocol for fining them at all. They should be fined, and that money should go to victims, and that money should go back into the coffers of the community. Lastly, Dr. Coates, you mentioned critics state that 1.5 to 2 kilometers are what other are considered critics, those that suggest 1.5 to, this is from your comments tonight, to 2 kilometers. I didn't understand that some governments do require 1.5 to 2 kilometers. I didn't understand that some countries are now considered critics because they do require 1.5, and I need clarification on how a country can become a critic.
Yeah, I think it's the critics of current government regulations and looking for, jurisdictions that have actually implemented something of that. Scotland was the closest that I could find, and there it is, as I understand, a principal went to the Scottish government website and I couldn't find any reference to a requirement.
I think Mr. Binder may be clarifying that on you. Is that?
Yeah.
I didn't get that specific one.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mr. Palmer can pass that on because there's more than just Scotland.
Yeah, but
And
I
there-
mean,
yeah,
there seems to be a bit of a divide there between what regulation requires, at least in the jurisdictions that we were able to research, and what critics of those regulations would recommend, which is as you say, kilometer and a half to 2 kilometers.
And again, I'd like to thank Dr. Hazel Lynn because again, you were the only person in a government body to respond.